On the last episode of AOP Poker, we seen Tim and Jeremy get it all in with kings versus tens. Tim's kings ended up holding up, him taking down a nice sized pot. Next, we ended up seeing Sean shove all in versus Matt and Mike, making a three-way all-in pot, making for the biggest pot of the night. And kings hold up for a second time. The chip stacks in this session, Jeremy has over 32% of the chips on the table after his massive heater from the break. Matt and Tim aren't far behind, but this is poker, everybody. Anything can happen in this session. Looks like Will wakes up with tens. Looks like Mike woke up with ace queen here, 3 bets. Wondering what Will's gonna do here. He does have shoves all in. Can't see Mike getting away from this.
I know. Probably he called me.
Looks like we got ourselves a classic flip here. $200 pot. There's Mike's queen. Will is gonna need a 10 or runner here. The 9 gives an open-ended. No, the 7 comes down. Mike takes this one down with queen.
The thing's not accurate anyway, so it's not like
It's probably pretty accurate for me. Oh, I don't need 3, but I'll take them. Can I have it?
that's 8.
Looks like Pete's got 8-7 suited. That's a fun hand. Will raises it up to 8.
Oh, can't lose that loose yet.
Getting a bunch of callers as usual.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
How many we got going to this flop here? Looks like 7 people. Nobody's got an ace.
Oh, is it?
Will hit his pair of jacks.
Clear. Yeah, you have pair of aces.
Jack's the board come like jack.
It's like Will is gonna
That's 20.
take a stab at it with his jack. Gonna feeler bet out there.
Wait, what do you do? You check that?
Matt calls with the flush draw. It's like Bernie's got a better flush draw. That would be dangerous if another heart came down.
Back.
5 doesn't really change very much here. It gives Matt a pair, but the jacks and aces are going to be good. Gets checked around, but see if Will's going to take another stab at it.
That's 30.
Both players fold. Looks like the jack was good there.
Oh yeah.
Moving into the next hand.
We bought in for 1,000.
Jeremy didn't rebuy for 1,000 there. He had a little pretty good run during the break when we were transferring footage over to the computer here for the next session.
That's 17.
Come on in, Sean.
It's like Will is continuing his aggression here. Got one of Daniel Negreanu's favorite hands here, 10-7. Not really a great flop. Curious to know who's going to try to take a stab at it. Will's going to continue his aggression,
That's 35.
which I think is the right play here. Obviously, just looking at people's hands, I think he's probably going to get away with it.
I'll give it to him.
Too many options. I don't play those cards. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Will's getting quite a bit of respect. He played pretty tight for the first session. You can see our chip counts here. Jeremy's still up around 30%. Will's moved up in the ranks
If you guys
at $341 now.
just let me know.
Rest of them are relatively the same.
Card comes down.
We haven't played too many hands here, but
I lost the first one.
it's up to Colby here, first act.
What was it?
That is actually for the burn. Yeah, no, it's
Looks like we had a dealer screw up here.
yeah, it's the burn. That would be on the flop because my top card that I gave to him would have been the burn card, and that would have been on the flop. Oh, that wasn't. Oh.
Wow, dealer really screwing up this game. Looks like he showed the 10 of diamonds.
And nobody known.
Jeremy wakes up with jacks,
Said nothing. Now I'm even worried about it. Now I'm worried.
raises to 10, gets a couple callers.
Put it back in, shuffle.
See if Jeremy's jacks are going to hold
Yeah,
here.
you go 10, 10, fucking.
Yeah, it's a definitely close, right? Maybe you got
Pretty big multi-way pot already.
It's not like
last one off.
holding position.
Pretty good flop for his jacks, really. Only the one overcard, the king. But in a multi-way pot, you just never know. Jeremy's not going to get away from it that easy. Mike has flopped his 2 pair. That king is a terrible card for Mike. So worse luck. Mike is disgusted with that king coming down on the turn.
Yeah, then
Supervisor and the dealer.
Tim wakes up with ace king under the gun.
Oh, what the hell happened? Yeah, what'd you do over there, Dave?
And Jeremy quickly calls.
Give him.
King jack suited.
Did give him the aces, didn't you? Cheeky bugger.
Looks like Bernie wakes up with ace king as well, but he only flat calls. Doesn't decide to go for the squeeze play. Be an interesting pot if we can see an ace or a king come down here.
So first burn's already down.
And Jeremy flops 2 pair. Both Tim and Bernie hit their top pair for kings with the ace kicker. They also have a gut shot. Looks like Bernie's going to 3-bet Jeremy here.
7.
Curious to what Tim is actually going to do here. It's a tough spot to be in after a raise and a re-raise behind him. Some straight draws out there and some flush draws. Tim's really putting his thinking cap on, and he folds. Tim makes the fold with ace king there. That's a tough fold. Looks like Jeremy makes the call. He's not going to get away from this. No 3-bets are going to scare him. Bernie must not like that snap call.
You gotta do it so fast. Stinky Dave did a good job.
I know. I forgot to
I would think Jeremy would be chasing here with that, how quickly he called that. There are quite a bit of draws out there. Bernie practically made almost a pot-sized bet. 9 comes down.
For the 10.
2 pairs. I had 18 as well, Bernie.
Jeremy taking down a good-sized pot, adding to his massive stack already. It's looking like a raise of $7 is not going to get past anybody here.
Folds the 10.
Seen quite a bit of multi-way pots. I guess it's pretty typical when stack sizes start getting larger and larger as the game goes on. So do the bet sizes, they increase. Sean hitting the pair of queens. Matt firing out with his mid pair. It's like Will calls with bottom pair. Jeremy calls as well. A big pot is brewing here. Nine comes down, giving Jeremy a flush draw now. Like Sean continues his aggression for 20. Jeremy's not getting away. Matt lets it go. Jeremy's got quite a few outs here. And he spikes the heart. And he quickly goes all in, putting the pressure onto Sean with his queen. Sean quickly lets it go. Definitely didn't like that river card. Moving into the next hand here, looks like Bernie's got ace 10. Shoves all in for 103.
Good count, Bernie.
Open shove into a straddled pot. See if he's going to get any callers here. The Will's got ace jack. And he makes the call.
Long sweep. You want to run it when you want, or what? Whatever you want. Two?
Looks like they're going to run it twice. Try out the new feature on the tablet. See how this works out.
Oh, can't show.
I just leave the stacks right there.
Okay, so you're running it twice?
Bernie shows one card.
You gotta show. You're running it twice.
So after.
That makes sense.
It's like Will hits his jack. Open-ended for Bernie. There's the flush for Will.
Better chance you can pick it.
Will takes down the first run out.
King? Oh, I don't have clubs.
3 clubs come down. Bernie now has a gut shot. Looks like Bernie misses again. Will takes down the second run out. Not bad size pot for Will here.
Almost full. Yeah, I wanted to call.
It's not that call. You want me to-
You can see Jeremy here now is up, certainly added to his chip count stack. He's got 41% of all the chips on the table. That's crazy. Certainly a good night for him. It's like Pete's got a fun hand again. Jack 10. Will raises it up to 17. Can't see very many people getting away from this, even with a 17 bet. The blinds are only 1 and 1. It is quite a sizable raise.
This tablet tomorrow. I'm a little closer to the table.
Looks like Tim hits it set. The flush draw out there as well. Big multi-way pot. He's probably going to try to make people pay the price to continue. Almost a pot-sized bet. Thinking everyone's probably gonna get away from this.
Never crossed my mind once.
Set?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Colby makes Tim think he's gonna give him some money here for a call, but I think we got a straddle in play from Mike. More than likely see another multi-way pot unless someone races it up.
Oh yeah, ruin fun.
Bernie makes a pot builder.
Pot builder there, right out of the way.
Yeah. Check.
I think Jeremy hit a queen high flush draw.
Why so much?
Tim bets his pair of sixes. See if he's going to get a couple callers here. Mike's got open-ended. Looks like Colby gets away from it. Jack giving Tim now a 2 pair.
20.
Jeremy still chasing his club. Mike's chasing his open-ended. Puts on the glasses. You know he's serious now. Queen giving Jeremy now top pair.
How much? Sorry, how much?
I just repeated what you said.
Oh. Had my headphones on, sorry.
Purple's behind me.
40. I call. 2 pair.
Jeremy tried to take a stab at it, but Tim quickly called. I feel like Jeremy was trying to make a small value bet there. Probably didn't expect Tim to have 2 pair.
Not too bad. Keep betting.
Looks like Tim makes a nice little pot builder with 8-7 suited.
I got one move, Bernie.
Sean wakes up with aces.
Oh, that's a good chance.
31.
I need $3 shipping.
See if anyone's going to continue here. Fight Sean.
Ask him.
Tim's got 2 players behind him. Certainly has enough chips behind to make the call, but he lets it go. As does Matt. Bernie's probably going to let it go as well. Not a bad size pot for Sean.
You would have called me, bud. You would have called me my hand dropping it. I would have raised 30 and called me my hand. 100%.
Image.
What'd you have?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
Sure enough.
You can make that. They're bad shape.
Moving into the next hand.
Yeah.
2 pair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there would be. Yeah, there'd be like 15 minutes.
Looks like we're getting ourselves into another multi-way pot. It's like no one wants to do any more pot builders. Pretty boring pot thus far. Just a bunch of limps. See if anything exciting happens on the flop.
Check.
Colby and Will hit a pair of jacks. Nobody's got an ace in their hand.
That's 11. Or, yeah,
See who wants to continue here.
Alright.
Tricking us with those aces again.
Looking like everybody respects Colby's bet.
That was.
That was a pretty boring pot. Don't know why the editor showed that hand. I'm the editor, by the way. Probably should have deleted that one. Looks like we're getting ourselves another limped pot, but with a straddle in play this time.
Ah, there's some.
least Tim and Jeremy have some aces this time. It's a fairly interesting board. There's a lot of draws out there. Mike's got the double open-ended here. 7 or jack, giving Mike the straight, and he hits the jack on the turn. Goes for a value bet.
Jam on him, jam on him.
No, you could have jammed. Mike and I.
Looking like everybody makes the fold here, except Tim. Tim's calling him with bottom pair. Not sure why his hand's grayed out. Something must be going wrong with the system.
In the dark?
I like it.
A bet in the dark and a raise in the dark.
Not a good card for me. Missed that.
He mescal the
Didn't
10
need
feet.
it.
Nice.
Oh, turn, that's why.
Nice man.
Hopefully this hand's a little more exciting.
Here it comes.
So I got a blind bet raised to 4 by Tim.
So let's see, Sean.
Looks like everyone's gonna be joining in here. Jeremy's got pocket 2s.
No split, you check? Yeah.
Mike's got 9-8 suited.
You didn't check. That's right.
You already took it?
Pete's got ace-8 suited.
I know, I shouldn't look.
Maybe we'll see Pete win a pot here.
Oh, I probably smashed that one.
Oof. 3 7s come down, giving Colby trips. Mike hits his pair of 9s, as does Tim.
Raise it 20.
Tim's gonna find out who has a 7 here.
Now you need to check.
Yeah, I checked.
You check your card.
See if Mike is gonna be able to get away from this. A raise and a re-raise. Mike makes the call. Colby goes all in. See if Tim can get away from this hand.
You want to sell?
Our stack here says on the tablet says $145. Doesn't look like it's accurate.
31.
$131. It's a lot of money for Tim here in that pot. Tim likes the correct laydown. See if Mike can do the same.
Oh, that's gamble.
Mike's got a lot less than Colby does, so
Yeah, it's only
70, 80, each 82.
50, 60, 75.
Mike's gonna need quite a bit of help here.
80.
He's got some backdoor draws.
For a 7?
I thought it was 9.
10 comes down. Open-ended now. And there it is. Unbelievable. Mike ends up getting runner straight to beat out Colby's trip 7s.
Oh, you got a pair? Runner. Yeah.
Adds to Mike's chip stack. He's up to $254. Jeremy's still top chip stack.
Did the turn,
I king 9.
See, I'd be a horrible dealer, you know, so it would be, is that 7?
It's like Matt raises to 7 with ace-6 suited.
Oh, yeah.
Colby shoves his last remaining chips.
49.
Yep.
Colby goes all in with Jack 10 offsuit. See, Matt makes the fold.
Oh, yeah, took it down, let's go.
Wow.
Like, $10.
I'm surprised Matt actually made the fold there. It wasn't really too much left for him.
You said card time? Oh, okay.
It's like Mike wakes up with ace queen, raises to 12. Sean's not going to let it go. Will's got ace 10.
I'm calling for sure.
Okay.
100% bro.
Good.
You're in, I'm in, buddy.
That's what I like to hear.
It's like our dealer is checking cameras, checking equipment, making sure everything's working.
That's it right now. I like,
Yeah, first time raise.
This is a one-man operation.
Open raise. I know that you just call.
I call it, yeah.
And you just call, then you open raise.
Well, yeah.
Just wanted to make sure everything was
Raise is strong. There's nobody re-raise.
$61 in this pot.
I'll check.
25.
Like
Too much.
Mike's ace queen,
Fucking only half the pot.
the best hand here.
Good bet.
See if you'll get any callers. Tim's wondering if he's got anything. Jeremy calls with his gut shot. Mike's really reeling out the bait here. Jeremy lets it go. Mike takes down a pretty sizable pot.
Within that.
Why not make the cut?
So we've got a straddle in play.
You got any followers yet, bud? Like, besides us? Like, anybody?
Besides us.
Just asking, though,
You got any real traction besides Moncton?
Yeah.
Anything? Perfect.
Looks like we're getting a pretty interesting pot. Quite a bit of money going in already.
Hey, you never know, man.
I took Tim's chips first, and I will take yours.
Can you imagine?
He would never come in here.
No.
Talking about Daniel Negreanu coming to the game. Just like he joined in on the college students. Absolutely no reason for Daniel to come to New Brunswick. Probably not much here for him either way. It's like Jeremy's got an open-ended. Mike has top pair.
25?
Looks like Mike is throwing out the bait again. Oof, and Jeremy hits it straight. Mike can't get away from that hand. Jeremy taking around pretty decent pot here.
Always the same winner.
It's,
It's not easy dealing, man, but.
no, it's not. It's mostly all resistance.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to be running it while it's.
Even if you're running all this, it's
Yeah, someone deals, yeah.
It's me again, Tim.
Mike has got queen jack suited. Mike's been getting some pretty decent holdings. Like $12 isn't going to scare anybody. No surprise here. Looks like our reader is not reading Matt's hand. See if the viewers here can guess what he has. Mike fires out with his open-ended. 2 overcards. Looks like he gets 2 callers.
Is it not charging it?
Well, it is.
Jeremy's got ace king suited.
It's probably 4.
Wonder if Mike's gonna fire again. He doesn't. Takes the free card. Jeremy checks. Interesting. Look like Matt's going to try to take a stab at it. Matt's got to have the best hand here. Neither player behind him has a pair. He takes down that pot. What did he have? I guess we won't be able to find out. Let me know what you guys think he had down there in the comments. Sean wakes up with pocket fives for this next hand. Limps in. Tim's got ace nine. Let's see if Sean can actually hit a set here. Looks like Tim hit a pair of nines. Colby hit his jack with the best hand. Colby goes all in. See if Tim can get away from this. 52 more. Does have some players behind him. See if you'll be able to make the call with mid-pair here. 22%. Probably go up much higher if the rest of the players fold. Makes the call. Looks like everybody folds behind him. You can see Tim's percent has only gone up 1%.
A10?
Oh, looks like Colby's jack holds up.
See what a river to straight? Oh, that's very typical.
Check out our chip counts again here. Jeremy's up around 40%. It's like Colby has $144 now, but most of the chips are going to Jeremy, Tim, and Matt. Colby wakes up with ace queen suited. Matt plays 6-5 suited. Looks like we've got a four-way pot here. Eight, seven. Matt's got himself an open-ended. Colby misses, as does everybody else. Four comes down. Matt hit it straight. See if he's going to take a stab at it. There is a diamond draw out there. Matt's not giving out any free cards. Makes it 15. Mike's only chasing the last remaining six in the deck. Last diamond comes out. Matt checks it behind. Wasn't going to get a caller there anyway. He was obviously a little worried about that flush draw. Getting there on the river.
Yeah, it was too expensive. And just the whole, I don't know. The whole industry was kind of weird, so.
King Queen offsuit for Will. Colby comes along with Jack 10 offsuit. As does Tim. Gets pocket nines. Looks like he three bets. Does have position on the players. Mike calls.
Alright, I check.
Mike checks blind.
I'll check with you. I'll check with you.
Oh, right for the
Tim checks blind as well.
Here we go.
It's like we're going right to the turn. Looks like Tim hits an open-ended.
Yeah, really is true.
Mike has
75.
an open-ended now.
Straight.
I'm almost there.
Wow, a quick all-in and quick call. Tim nailed it straight on the turn.
No ask you.
Just to figure it out.
No, one more card. Yeah, it is.
Ace or 9.
It doesn't matter really, does it?
That's me.
It doesn't matter.
Yep, Mike hits his king on the river. Probably would have ended up all in anyway.
Gotta fuck that straight.
Pretty interesting hand.
King, queen, I
You
fold
need
it.
an ace or 9, Bernie.
Take a look at the chip counts here again.
Got an ace, king, queen.
Tim's ranking up there pretty good. 19% of the chips on the table.
Be 10, 15. Honestly.
Angling, fucking something.
I've been putting it on.
I'll blind it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Looks like
Why not?
Give you a chance.
players are getting close to the end of the night here.
No, it's him.
Blind raised to 4.
Especially when they're running hot. Oh, you ready?
Too much, Sean. Way too much.
Just $10 more.
See what I got
Not
there,
that
Mike.
much.
It's a Sean hand, I'm calling.
You're calling.
I'm ready to punch.
You ready to punt?
Oh,
Everybody's leaving.
Nice.
oh, Sean's looking to gamble.
Punt is fine, bud. Punt is alright.
And you got 2 actions.
I'll check.
Oh, really? You open the raise and then check in the dark.
Yeah. Why not?
Assert power.
Yeah, protect your
Dominance.
hands.
Yeah, I'll check as well, big guy.
Oh,
Yeah. Everything's
Looks like we get checked around.
Sean check first, I check.
yeah, but I don't know why this is showing up as.
Looks like we're having some system problems.
Check.
Sean's checking, but
Actions first.
tablet looks like it was saying it was Tim's actions first.
Button might
So
be
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the button's on you. So.
That's alright.
That's all it is, and but
Free
actually
Fuck it all up
I
now.
tasted.
What a strange hand this is turning out to be.
Just randomly check.
Way too many mistakes happening. Fun hand, but
Check.
nobody has anything.
I have a 9.
Open folds. Says he has a 9.
Oh,
Might have a card reader here.
Sean, show your cards, bro. My bad.
Oh, we don't have a card reader here.
Chop it up? Okay, sorry, bro. I apologize.
Sean mucked his hand after he told him the 9.
You got enough flushes.
This is a home game special, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't have anything by that, honestly.
Tons of mistakes.
Yeah, right.
No, they don't care.
Look at you.
Now you know what
So
I
always
Yeah,
shoot
yeah,
a
yeah,
card to throw it away.
That's gonna be a controversy hand. Oh, let me tell you, that one's going on Reddit before. That hand should be folded.
There's a buffer raise, but technically, so, you know, it's not so bad.
Yeah, interested to see what the Reddit community would think about that. Home game special.
Reddit's gonna have the FBI at her door for
You
not
open
calling
it,
cops.
then you raise the card. Bad for everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's getting tired. It's been a long night.
Because I did put my small blind in.
Yeah.
Not
So
straddle.
now you button.
That is, by the way, that is seriously probably going on there. You straddle too.
But the
Looks like
kinda-
a little bit of confusion here of where the button was.
Yeah, now button should be there.
I'm sure we'll get this all figured out.
But on me. Is alright?
I never do that.
Yeah, but it's that. That's that.
You blind at 4.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Tim's gonna straddle.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's so cute.
It's like Jeremy's action first. Hopefully we don't get this one wrong.
That's 12.
Oh.
We have,
I'll remain your lost hand.
Looks like Sean's really punting.
No?
No? Alright, and I.
You go 135.
Playing a little more aggressive than he's played so far in this session.
So, I'm over one. Nice.
He has the count.
It's like he wants to either double up or go home.
Jam her in when I hit the clock.
This is the one for sure.
Pretty wet flop for a multi-way pot. Will's hit bottom pair with an open-ended.
Check.
Jeremy's hit mid pair. It gets checked around. 3 comes down. Doesn't really change very much. Will finally fires out. Tests the waters. Will looks like he might take down this pot. $85 pot. That's not too bad.
All connected. Yeah.
Well, look at the aggression frequency here. Mike is at 37%. He's played probably most of the pots for the night. Tim's not far behind. Most of them are averaging right around the 33% mark, which is pretty equal, really, for the table. It's like Colby, Queen Jack offsuit.
Yeah. $6 free.
Colby hits an open-ended. Sean hitting top pair.
Says 90 on
Oh, this is not good.
I have a king.
Oh, you are ahead, my sir.
Sean is really staying true to his double up or go home.
Open-ended.
His king holds. Colby misses as an open-ended.
130.
Alright, thanks guys.
Not a bad little pot for Sean. It's like Colby's done for the night.
Jesus,
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's handy.
Oh,
Bernie fires 10 with ace-7 suited under the gun.
Give the man chips.
Mike quickly calls.
fuck.
Sean wakes up with kings. It's like he 3-bets to 50. Curious to know what Bernie's going to do here. Is he going to think Sean's still trying to punt his chips away? Mike and Sean with their history. Mike's not going to let Sean get away from it that easy.
Check.
He's going to fight for this pot. Ooh, 2 pair for Mike. Sean flops the trips. Wow, Mike's going to not like this one.
Oh, how gross is that?
Oh, what a cooler for Mike.
Gross.
Sean dead. Sean dead.
Whoa.
Wow, what a pot that
Play
is.
my S fine.
Fine, I guess. That was-
That's unfortunate for Mike. What a hand. Flop in the top 2.
That is
Only thing you're going to be worried about there is a set, which Sean happened to wake up with the top set.
really kind of attractive.
Hits
Can't
2 pairs
fall.
turn.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
That was suited too.
He's back. This.
Better safe.
Sean continuing his aggression. He's got 10-9 suited. Jeremy, 9-8 suited.
Yeah, the 50 raise only premium, so.
Yeah.
The worst scenario is S-King suited, so. Yeah.
These are some pretty fun hands to play.
King 10, that's punishing.
Nobody really hits anything on the flop. Both Jeremy's looking for a 7. Jeremy's going to take this pot down.
Look it up.
Oh, we got the 8.
Not surprising it goes check, check there with 4 clubs on the board. A lot of straight draws, too. Looks like we're 6-handed now. You can see the players starting to get a bit more aggressive now that we're short-handed.
Sean, get family pot.
Everyone calls 8. Oh.
Sean wakes up with aces. Shoves all into a pot of $42.
Close, but.
An overshove here. Can't see anybody calling this. That's a big shove.
I reach. Don't show that.
Don't show that, yeah. Aces?
Surprised Sean would make a big shove like that.
Win more.
Maybe he was trying to continue with his image of just trying to punt. He's got a decent stack now. Looks like the next hand here. Tim's got pocket eights under the gun.
16, guys.
It's like Sean makes a string call.
No. Oh, playing the first. I don't put aces, but.
Wow, Tim hits quads on the flop. Unbelievable. I wonder if he's going to get paid here. I think he makes the correct choice. And Bernie shoves all in, hitting his queen on the turn.
Oh, you fuck!
Bernie's absolutely drawing dead. Everyone's punting at the end of the night. Wow. Talk about running into a brick wall. Tim here showing that 48% of his hands that he's gone to showdown. Tim has been on a really good run these last two sessions.
Well, it's not really, I don't know if it's accurate. You can see it. But
Now five-handed here. Can't see this game going on any longer. Tim is really getting lucky here in this session. Flop strip queens. They're running so good. Unfortunately, nobody had anything there.
You get some value. It's hard to hit the. It just keep hitting. Quads, triples.
You got 2 more in here?
See if Tim can keep up his hot run here.
yeah. I didn't think it was a one there. Oh, sorry about that.
12?
Really terrible flop here. Will looks like it's gonna make the full with Jack 10. Sean takes it down with Ace 9.
Just ripping, you mean?
Just, yeah. Money in
Well,
it.
everybody puts like $5 and you go straight to the flop.
Yeah.
And then it goes right after that.
See if we're gonna have any more exciting pots here before the guys break for the night. Jeremy's got Queen 10 suited.
I didn't lost much. I lost $20.
That's good, man.
No action at all.
Tim flops open-ended.
Check. Check.
Like Sean is ahead with his ace high. Sean, he's got open-ended as well. It's like Tim's gonna take a stab at this.
Oh, that's up.
Tim probably doesn't like that 3-bet call. There's the 2. Give Sean the straight.
Is that a bet? That's 75.
4-7?
Huh?
Fold it.
You folding?
What'd you
Yeah,
have?
there. Yes, 4.
Let's see it.
It's like our chip counts here with players leaving. Looks like Jeremy is 1.5K for this night. Tim's not far behind with 797. Still a really good night for both of those players. Matt got a pretty good payout as well, 637. But that is it for tonight. Thank you everybody who stuck around and watched the All Out Poker Hurricane game. We survived, no power went out. So thank you guys again for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.